Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling podcast. This is a Whole Year Wrestling Thoughts episode with me, Dom, with a topic that's shocking the wrestling world this week with the CM Punk return. That's right, if you don't know yet, CM Punk, Phil Brooks returned to the WWE, in a form as part of Fox's WWE Backstage. It was one hell of a thing to see him alongside Renee Young, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, and that whole team really. Booker T was looking pretty frightened, not frightened, he was looking pretty amazed, to be fair. It was a pretty amazing thing, just a few seconds. They kind of teased a surprise, and then there was a little bit of silence, and then all of a sudden CM Punk comes out to the Cult of Personality music by Living Colour, an incredible moment for sports entertainment fans. Now, obviously, it's a Fox thing, so it's not directly associated with WWE. The WWE aren't paying for this. It is Fox that's given CM Punk, Phil Brooks, this incredible contract opportunity to return to television. Really, obviously, he's had a couple of independent movies. He's obviously had the failed UFC matches. And I think he's in it for the money. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, he's still got love for wrestling." I think he's back for the money, and I'm not sure he's back to wrestle. Certainly not a full-time schedule. He might do one or two matches. I think there's already talk of him doing Seth Rollins, him facing Seth Rollins. Obviously, an incredible opportunity for him to make serious money. If he returns to the ring, and obviously that's his main goal, is to look after himself, AJ Lee, and his family. I do want to hear what you guys think about this, because obviously CM Punk is an incredible personality, one of the greatest personalities. I'm not going to say in-ring competitors. I do think he's an incredible in-ring competitor, but I think he's certainly one of the greatest in-ring personalities of all time. Who would you like him to face? I think Seth Rollins is the most likely first opponent back. I don't think he's going to return to a full-time schedule. I think it'll be part-time if he does return to the ring. People are talking about the Royal Rumble being his return. People are talking about WrestleMania next year, Seth Rollins, something like that. I think, honestly, he's relished an opportunity in commentary at the UFC, and I think he's going to relish an opportunity to rip into WWE under Fox's banner. I think that's what he's here to do, at least for now. And if he doesn't rock the boat too much, then of course the WWE return is on the cards. But it depends what Vince McMahon thinks of the show when he sees CM Punk on it, commentating, talking about wrestling. When next week rolls around, of course, CM Punk said, we'll see you next week. So, yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. Obviously, it's something that we never thought we'd see. No wrestling fan ever thought we'd see CM Punk returning to a WWE platform. Obviously, again, need to emphasize that it's not a WWE program. It's a Fox program, and it's paid for by Fox. But, of course, this means that the door is open for CM Punk to return to the wrestling ring at some point against a guy like Seth Rollins. People would want to see that. People would want to see CM Punk and The Fiend Bray Wyatt. We talk about The Fiend a lot. And honestly, people would want to see CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler, Anthony, and a bunch of other incredible matches that CM Punk could put on with today's talent. Ricochet would be another one, but this is all wrestling fans just getting together and getting too excited. I think he's back at least for the next year as a commentator, to not directly affiliated with WWE, to talk about the product and to honestly rip it to shreds, to change the culture, as he said, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think he'll be in that role on Backstage for the foreseeable future, for 6 months or more, until that big money payday at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be the Royal Rumble. A lot of people are saying the Royal Rumble. A lot of people are saying that number 30 spot, that surprise spot. I don't think that's happening. I think it's going to be CM Punk, Seth Rollins, maybe WrestleMania next year. But right up until then, he's going to be a wrestling commentator. He's gonna take his time. He's obviously doing the Marvel comic book still. I know his UFC career didn't pan out, but obviously he got that platform and he got that exposure. He got to do a lot of his dream things and then come back to the WWE with that incredible reputation while people do call him a hypocrite and will call him a hypocrite for coming back, I mean, it's an incredible, reputation to uphold, and he's managed to maintain a brand more than anything. So, I mean, it's exciting for sure to see what's going to happen. This is, I mean, who thought this would ever happen? So, an incredible time to be a wrestling fan and to be a CM Punk fan. As far as I'm concerned, in terms of your brand, in terms of your personality, welcome back, bud. Welcome back to television and to mainstream audiences. I'm sorry the UFC didn't work out, but at least you got to do it. At least you got to try it. I'm a big advocate for that. At least you try something. If it doesn't work out, keep going. And he's obviously back, and he's back to change things up, to shake things up on a WWE affiliated program. So yeah, exciting. So what do you guys think? Do you think he's back in a commentary role like me for the foreseeable future, or do you think he's going to be back in the ring, by Royal Rumble 2020? I mean, you couldn't think of a bigger spot, right? What do you think of his UFC career? What do you think of his comic books? Obviously it's great that he's had an opportunity to do that as well. What do you think of CM Punk, of Phil Brooks returning to potentially returning to WWE? Don't forget to check out the Wrestling Rewind series we do. Don't forget to check out our 2K20 videos and our weekly WWE NXT UK videos. Subscribe. Please do support us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram /Gimme a Whole Yeah. And don't forget, if you want, you can drop us a few quid, pounds or dollars, to support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com /Gimme a Whole Yeah. And thank you very much for supporting us. And don't forget to keep it gay.